All right, gang. So today we're going to talk about planning. I read the other day that there are 49 out of 50 businesses that have started without a business plan. I was pretty shocked, to be honest. In all of my early businesses, having done a business degree, I wrote detailed business plans that ran to pages and pages and pages of text with charts and numbers and projections and plans, always for them to end up in a drawer and forgotten about. Mike Tyson said that everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. Dwight D. Eisenhower said that planning is futile. The act of planning is indispensable. What I meant is that the moment you start to act on your plan, the battlefield will change. Your competitors and your customers will not read your business plan. My screen's just gone blank. Both screens have gone blank. There we go. We're back. But here's the thing about planning. For every 1 minute you spend doing it, you'll save at least 10 minutes in implementation. What the act of planning does is it gives you clarity and focus, probably the two single most important determinants between success and failure. Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, two of the most successful people on the planet, were once asked what the number one attribute was for their success, and both responded that it was their ability to focus on the task at hand without distraction was their key. So spending time on strategy and planning helps you spend more time in what Stephen Covey calls quadrant 2, the important but non-urgent stuff that is the hangout of highly successful people. So I no longer condone mammoth business plans unless you're chasing funding or looking for a sale. I find that a really relatively simple document to help people get some clarity and focus is usually more than enough. But what should you plan? As someone who passionately believes in business and life balance, any of you that have done my Power of Dreams workshop with me will know that I endorse people setting goals for an epic lifestyle. It just gave me immense pleasure to hear Sian talk about Lapland, for instance. I believe that we should all have bucket lists and dream boards, and I think that we should all actively work to tick things off. But with that being said, I want to introduce you to the Circle of Life. It's a really simple life coaching tool that I use with my clients that ensures that they're working towards a balanced life. Essentially, it's a spider graph with 8 quadrants. Each quadrant has a title, as you can see, and there is a scale of 1 to 10 up the side. Now, you score yourself out of 10 on each of those things. And if you're living a truly balanced life, happy, contented, you're doing well in business and finance and all the rest of it, you'll have a perfect wide circle. But if you don't have a perfect wide circle, it immediately gives you areas that you might look to put a plan in place for and start to tick things off and start to improve. You can download the Circle of Life by clicking the QR code that's there, and for the first time ever, I'm giving away my planning documents to you guys. So that QR code will send you to a link to download both my planning document and this Circle of Life. Whether you do the Circle of Life or not, when I'm working one-to-one with my clients each week, I encourage them to work on 5 goals. 1 for health, 1 for relationships, 1 for personal development, and then 2 business-related goals. So how should you plan? I always think it makes sense to start with the end in mind. It's another one of Stephen Covey's highly successful people tricks. when I'm working with my clients, we start looking at 5 years' time and what the person wants to do, what they want to have, what they want to achieve in the medium to long term. You can profoundly change your life over 5 years when you take small steps towards it every day. Once we understand what the business owner wants to achieve in their life, we can look at their business and ascertain what it is that they need to achieve in their business life. And that might be a level of profit, a level of turnover, a level of customers. Once we've got that, we work backwards from 5 years through 4, 3, 2, 1, and we create another plan that says, for us to get to 5 years, we need to be here in 1 year's time. And again, you're looking at profit, turnover, customers. It might be that to service that many customers, you need to bring on new products or services or new staff to service and facilitate, but it gives us a flag in the sand to aim for. And then we work backwards from there and create 90-day plans to help us achieve that 1 year goal. So if I speak about 90-day goals and how you should look to set those goals. As I said earlier, I encourage my clients to work on 5 goals in each 90-day period. They're the health goal, relationships, personal development, and 2 business goals. They should be self-explanatory. The key to good goal setting is complete clarity. To really achieve, you've got to decide what you really want and then specifically write it down. I'm sure most of you have used the SMARTER method of goal setting. It's an oldie, but it's a goodie, and it's what I use. If you type SMARTER into Google, it will come up, and that's the first step to creating a plan, is setting some goals that you want to achieve. For each goal that they set, and you'll see this in the documents that you download, I encourage people to think about why they want it. Why is it important? What is it going to mean to achieve the thing that you're looking to achieve? And I also get them to think about what might get in their way and how that they could overcome the challenges that might come up. Once you've got a crystal clear idea on what goals that you want to achieve, the next step is to take some time and think about literally everything that you need to do to achieve the goal. The more comprehensive the list that you create, the more likely you're going to be to achieve the goal that you want to achieve. And once you've thought about every single action that needs to happen, you'll need to sort them by priority and sequence. So for instance, some of the things will naturally come after something else is finished, and some of them are naturally going to be more important to complete than others. So you kind of create a big list of everything and then you sort it into priority order. In my experience, working as a business coach for 3 years, this is the part of the plan that people falter at and don't spend as much time and detail in. But if I'm being honest, this is probably the part of the plan. Well, it's the plan. It's the most important thing. It's the thinking strategically about what you need to do. It's the kind of moving things around the chessboard. So I would highly encourage you to spend time writing a to-do list for each action. So you've got a dream, you've set some goals, and you've created a plan. But if you really want to achieve, it's not enough to simply leave it there. You must set yourself key performance indicators. Setting KPIs, in my experience, is something that most business owners struggle with. It's a case of not really knowing what to track, how to get started. The reality is it's a process that with a little bit of discipline and consistency, it will supercharge your results. I see it all the time. Those people that focus on their KPIs and go back to them every single week, it's not long that you'll allow yourself, once you've set a goal and you've created a plan, to see 0 people contacted before you start to go, I need to make a change, I need to make things happen. So there are 2 types of numbers that you should be reviewing in your business. Lead indicators, they're things that monitor activity that you do to get the result. So they're things like number of phone calls that you make, number of meetings that you have, number of proposals that you put out. And then there are lag indicators. These are the things that reflect the result that you want and really take you towards that goal. And the lag indicators are, for instance, number of new clients or money invoiced or money in the bank or whatever it is. And you need a balance of both of those sets of numbers that you're reviewing every single week if you want to achieve the things that you plan. Hello, we've gone the wrong way. And then lastly, if you want to create a plan that's actually going to achieve the things that you want to achieve, you must measure and refocus. It is simply not enough to set yourself a 1-year goal, a 5-year goal, or even a 90-day goal, and then not revisit it for 90 days, because I guarantee you, you will not achieve in full what you've set out to do, because we need things in front of our faces very often to remind us of what we're fighting for, why we're putting in the hard yards, why we're putting in the effort. So I would encourage you to monitor your progress, track your KPIs, and refocus on your goals and plan for the week ahead every single week. The more that you can gamify the process, the more likely your chances of success. And just remember, we are what we repeatedly do. So success is not an act, but a habit. And then finally, guys, as I said, I've never given my planning documents away to people that aren't my coaching clients or Plan 90 clients. Use them. They will help you find the focus that you need for 2022. And if any of you would like some help with it, you know where you can find me. Many thanks.
Very good. Let's stop recording.
There we go.
That's my